It's one thing to go to a hotel on a vacation and you want to be there. It's another thing when you have to be forced to these places.
All right, this is a mess. Tonight we have an update on a story we first brought you a month ago about Glendale families who had to be rescued after their apartment stairs collapsed. Well, those stairs should have been repaired by now, but instead there's no timeline of when these families might be able to get back to their homes. Brianna Whitney's in our newsroom with an update on where the project stands, plus an emotional plea from these families. Brianna?
Yeah, this is a really hard situation. Those stairs collapsed on June 30th. We were told they would be fixed in 3 to 14 days, but it's now July 26th, and a mistake in repair has slowed everything down. Meanwhile, the Trombetta family can hardly afford to keep living in hotels.
We just want to go home. We just want a home. That's all we want.
It's been an emotional month for Cameron Trombetta and his family of 4. The stairs collapsed at their Cactus Flats apartment, and they had to be rescued to get out. They thought they'd be back home by now, but they're not.
3/4 of all of our belongings are still trapped up there. We can't get nothing. So all our food, diapers, like all our clothes, we only had a week's worth of clothes on us. We've spent like over $2,000 of our own money, and like we basically have nothing left.
So what went wrong? According to the city of Glendale, the permit to fix the stairs required new material to be used, but the city tells us the owner and contractors used portions of the old damaged stairs instead, and that was deemed not safe by the city's inspectors and was a violation of the permit. The contracting company tells Arizona's family they're now waiting on the structural engineer to assess what's called stair stringers, and they'll proceed with the work as directed by the city after. Until the engineer's report is made available to all parties, the repair project is at a standstill. Cameron says they've tried to find new apartments, but the current market is making things extremely tough.
Most of these places that were in our price range, which we were finding them, were, well, we don't have openings until September, October, November.
Now, he says they're close to having to live in their car or find a homeless shelter, which terrifies their family.
And I hope that there's someone out there that can help us right now until this thing can get fixed. I pray that someone out there will hear this story and just help us, because we're not here to get money. We're not here to get anything. We're just here to have a home.
The city tells me under law, the property owner is financially responsible for helping displaced families, but the situation is complicated because these units are all owned by different people. So I called Cameron's specific property management owner, but I did not hear back. If you'd like to help out the Trombetta family, we have a link to their GoFundMe page on our AZ Family website. Jared,
Yeah,
Nicole?
that does add a layer of complexity to it. But Brianna, the whole situation was so dangerous. Was there ever like a full inspection done on the entire complex?
Yeah, that was a question I had too, and there was. The city says because it is so unusual to have stairs collapse like that, they did ask to have a structural engineer inspect all of the staircases in the complex, and they say the engineer has been on site, but they're waiting for that report to come back too.
A lot of waiting around. I remember how frustrated they were a month ago when you first did this story,
Right.
and a month later, those frustrations have understandably only grown. Brianna Whitney live in our newsroom with the update. Thanks, Brianna.